maybe, I think you're starting to answer a question I was having also, and that is that as we clear things and go through multi-incarnational sessions and then process and change and keep moving, it feels like it's unsettling for my husband and people around me. And I'm wondering how to work with that.
It's a very important conversation because we don't want to evolve or change and then not find our way back to someone that we have contracts and vows with. Whether they're legal ones, you're married to this person, or the spiritual ones, this is my soul friend, or whatever they are. But even if you had not done incarnational sessions, you would be evolving inside. You might simply not be showing it on the outside, so you would be bottling it up, and eventually it would explode out. So the thing about the unsettling the husband is you're giving him a gift, and it's easy. All you need to do is to give extra attention to amplifying the connection in your relationship, because the connection in your relationship is spiritual, and so that can't be lost, even if you have new concepts, or he's afraid of those concepts, or the contracts and vows that you have spiritually are being shifted because you're evolving. Nothing can break the ties there, really. And his being unsettled, or other people being unsettled around you, is only fear. It's only them saying, wait, will you still love me? Am I still important to you? Are you off somewhere where I can't go there? That's the chatter. And you know, it's so easy to bypass that by actions of love, by demonstrations of love, by, as we were doing before, holding them in your consciousness and extending, what color do you need from me to be safe with me, and extending that color. People respond to that. It's great to do when you first go to bed at night, when you know maybe he falls asleep and you're laying in bed. What color do you need from me? So that you're really sending it into the deepest part of him, so that he can know that you're not leaving him. You're not leaving him. And that everything that's true in your relationship will always be true in your relationship. You chose each other. And you chose each other not for ownership, not for control, and not to imprison, but to support each other. So maybe more support to him will allow him to give more support to you. It's just fear. And you have the power to release that fear for him. You can even do an exercise in consciousness, holding him in your mind's eye, where you're holding fear for our relationship in your body. And feel the answer, see it as you perceive him in your meditation. What color does your body need to release that fear and know that we are a partnership? Draw it in from the cosmos and extend it to that place in this body and release the fear. So there are so many ways that you can not have to give up what's essential to you as you open your hologram. That could also stimulate him to open in his hologram in whatever way he's conscious of or that he chooses to do. But above all, giving him that sense of security that what brings you together is there. You know, this world is going through so many changes that if someone isn't feeling a little unsettled, they're in a dead sleep. They truly are. We're not in the tribes. You know, we stay together because we want to. We don't have to. We don't have to choose each other because we need each other. We can begin to choose each other because we see past the screen, the filter, into the soul. And that's what we want to do. Often people say, well, I feel as if I'm growing very fast spiritually, and my partner is resisting or trying to belittle it or feeling antagonistic towards it. And I always say, then that is your funnel of initiation, to pass through that and find the thing that connects you and reflect that back to that person so that they don't have to have that fear. And sometimes you have to just really say that. I've chosen you. We are here as soul friends to grow together. I'm not going anywhere, but I am expanding and growing, and we will do that. We're both doing that, whether we like it or not, or we want to or not, or how we express it. But give me that space, and I give it to you, and let us trust each other and get together. No sleeping. Yeah.
I wanted to go back to what you said to Denise about the higher self and letting it merge with another person's higher self. Could you talk a little bit more about?
Yeah. You know, again, when we are consciously wanting to change our emotional body, the thing that changes the emotional body the most is having an experience of connecting to your true self. That you belong to the cosmos, that you belong to God, to the divine source. And so that connecting with that higher self is the most important relationship you will ever have. If you want to feel joy and bliss and a sense of purpose in life. If you're wanting to communicate that or to feel connected to another person, the very act of allowing yourself to perceive a form that represents their soul, their intuitive essence of their soul, will change your way of perceiving them. You may have brought them in through karma. Maybe you hurt them in another lifetime, or they hurt you, or there was an unresolved relationship in another lifetime, and so that is what magnetized the two of you together. That will play itself out if there's no consciousness. And usually that's, well, I don't want to say a disaster, but I would say it will take you on certainly a ride. So if you want to actually come to a place where you have a deep, deep relationship with another person, as soon as you see their higher selves, it allows you to shift from, what are you giving me? Do you love me as much as I love you? Are you going to stay? Are you worthy? Am I worthy? All of those chatters, it just cuts through that, and suddenly you see that intuitive essence of a soul. And when you allow them to merge, that is giving permission to not be afraid of who's the most powerful or who's going to come or go, but that you can actually open the threshold to commune in deep spiritual ways that satisfy sexuality, that satisfy emotionality, that satisfy mentality, all of those other octaves. I actually learned that lesson working with prisoners in the, well, both in the penitentiary here in New Mexico and also in Bolivia. Because when you see someone who has killed people or done something unspeakable, it's very easy to say, oh, this criminal, this terrible person. And then if you ask their higher selves to take form, and suddenly you can feel the energy of something beautiful, something untouched, then the way that you relate to that being, who after all has come into, you've magnetized them into your world, so there must be something about that criminal that has to do with you. It changes how you can view others and yourself, and how it is that we enact the power of love, may I say, in this world. You know, it's so beyond the words of sexual love, emotional love, male-female love, teacher love, child love, friendship love, all of those things. But actually, the love of the soul coming through, and nothing else exists. Mine's yours. And when that happens, when they merge, suddenly there is no separation. And there is nothing pulling or pushing on either one. And it's a wonderful place to be, because that gives us our center. And that's called freedom. And in terms of relationship, we truly have not learned what freedom means in relationship. It doesn't mean the coming and going. It means actually the expansion. It means the permission to be the true self and to allow it to be seen and to see it in another.